All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, brothers and sisters all over the world. The name of this channel is The African Times, and I'm Thomas. All right, everybody, it's almost vote time. It's almost time to vote. You know, this is the most important voting election of your lifetime. That's what they tell you. So are you a Trumpster? The Bidenettes, they don't have a choice any longer. He's already told you that he's not running any longer. Or are you a Kamalamite? Which one are you? Which one? I think you have to make a choice. You got to make a choice quick. Remember, you have two choices. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You have three choices. I think the independents, right? Yeah, the independents. So, and the independent candidates, I think you have our good brother, Dr. Cornel West. He's out there. Always good to listen to. Always good to hear. And then you have RFK, Robert F. Kennedy. Yeah. So you have some choices, right? You have some choices. Who you voting for? Oh, don't tell me. Remember, you're supposed to keep your vote private, right? Maybe I don't know. Remember they told us the three things you never talk about? I think it was politics. When we were growing up, young people, I don't know if they have that out there, but politics, sex, and religion. Those are the things they tell you don't talk about, which is really interesting to me because those are three of the primary activities of your life, the primary things that govern your life, that rule your life, that dominate your life. They tell you don't talk about them, which is, I mean, it's very strange to me because something that is that important in my life, I think you should talk about. So that being the case, we're back to talking about who you're going to vote for. Now, have you listened to Trump? Have you listened to him? Okay. All right. There are a couple of things that come out that are alarming to me about voting for this brother. It's a couple of things that very alarming to me, like one of which I just heard a video. I'm going to try to get it on here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it on there, but you can look it up. I just saw a video where this brother said that he wants to give police complete and absolute immunity. Immunity, you know what that means, right? Immunity is like anything that they do, they cannot be held accountable, liable for what they do. Like right now, you saw the brother, he went over there and he murdered that sister. That innocent, beautiful, wonderful, kind, gentle sister. Well, if I'm not mistaken, what he's saying is that even in an instance like that, that brother wouldn't be held accountable for any kind of criminal prosecution. Immunity. Now, let's just say if you think that's a good thing, because maybe you believe that we as people who look like me and you, we don't have a problem with those people, the police. Let's say you believe that, then, you wouldn't be opposed to them having the authority to come and do whatever they want to you without the possibility of prosecution. Because, like our good friend Trump says, it's crime is taking place and you need to have people who deal with it. And the best place to deal with it, he says, where the crime is located is in communities where you live, where I live. Black and brown communities. So I think his point was the crime is there, so they need to send more police over to that area so that they can properly police the area and get rid of the crime. And I think he said the good brothers and sisters in the black community are asking him, begging him to send police there. Now, I'm not begging him to do that. Are you? If you're begging him to do that, if you sent a letter to his campaign, an email maybe, a text message, maybe you drove to his Mar-a-Lago, I think it's Mar-a-Lago, his resort. If you went there and you knocked on the door and you asked for him, and you talked to him and you said, hey man, look, I need you to send some people over here, some police to help us, then please put that in the comments so I know about that. I just want to make sure that I'm understanding correctly, because he's saying that he's being begged by people that look like me and you. Okay. All right. So you have him as a choice. That's certainly a good choice for you. Now, I think he also mentioned that something about, at least this is what they're reporting. And with him, it's hard to say whether it's true or not, because he says quite a few things that, now, so people might say radical. Of course, that term is used to describe people like me, people like Malcolm X, people like Dr. Khalid Muhammad, people like Dr. Amos Wilson, anyone who's speaking about, hey, leave us alone, don't harm us, don't do anything bad to us, don't kill innocent people. We're considered radical. Okay, so maybe it's wrong to say the things that he said are radical. Like, for example, they're reporting that he said, well, I think something about him being, once he takes office the first day, there's no more election. He'll be a tyrant or a dictator for, this is what they're reporting. Now, could be lies. See, the thing is, the political theater that takes place in America has gotten to the point to where there's no telling who's lying, because everybody's lying. Remember, I think I told you in a previous video, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Now, so that's him, and he's said some other things, but let's say you're a Trumpster and you like him, so you go ahead and vote for him, no problem. I listened to a couple of his speeches just to see. I was just curious. I didn't really hear anything to help anybody. I really didn't. I just heard a bunch of stories, a bunch of kind of blaming people. You people who believe that the immigrants are coming. Okay. The immigrants are coming. The immigrants are coming. 350 million people. Okay. Let's just say that there were 40 million, 50 million immigrants. Kind of like us. Let's say, the good black people, the African people that, are there. People that look like you and me. They keep reporting 40, 50 million, whatever. It's 40, 50 million of us. Now, haven't you noticed something? Have we been able to make any changes in America? I mean, significant changes, like federal minimum wage, for example. It's very low. I think it's somewhere around $7, $9, something like that an hour. You all know you can't live off that. Now, we certainly can't change that. And most of us can't afford to send our children to college. We don't have 50, 60,000 in the bank to just say, hey, look, go to college on us. We haven't been able to do that. It's 50 million of us. We don't seem to be able to vote for it. Now, remember, that whole 40, 50 million of us, they're not adults. But let's just say if it was 20 million of them who were able to vote. Voting age. Most of them don't vote. I don't even think most people in America vote. 350 million, let's say half of that are of voting age. So what's that, 175 million? Do they get 175 million votes? I'm not really sure. I need you to help me with it. Put it in, you people who, follow the political system, put it in the chat. Is that how many, 50% of the population votes in America? Okay. Well, let's just assume that they did. So let's just assume 50% of the black people vote. Let's say 25 million. Has anything changed for you, brothers and sisters? People who look like you and me, has anything changed? Because just the other week, they killed that good sister. I think if it were up to me, if my vote was powerful, remember the power of the vote the power is in your vote. I would have had that stopped. That seems very easy. Did you? Okay, I'm just wondering because this is the most important election of your life, right? Now, I've heard that before. I'm old enough to remember them telling me that on a few occasions. But are you voting? Who are you voting for? Because this man is saying on day one, he's going to be dictator for life. That's what they're reporting. I'm not saying that. That's what they're reporting. Then to send police to our neighborhoods, I don't know if that's a good idea. Sending police to the neighborhoods, reinstituting, I think nationally maybe, people are saying it. And y'all put it in the comments because I don't know if it's true. I'm just telling you what's being reported. Reinstituting search and frisk. In other words, more freedom for the police to stop you, but without, just, hey, okay, well, you look suspicious. It's very interesting to me that many people that look like me and you, we always look suspicious. So we can be easily stopped and frisked. And then if you stopped and frisked and you want to say, hey, look, why are you doing this? Well, you can get shot. And so then you basically can get shot. So these people that are shooting people now, you're going to send them to the neighborhood. Is that the plan? You people who are voting, is that the plan? Because you remember, it's your power, it's your vote that's making all this happen. Okay. All right. So remember, okay, that's the Trumpster. Okay, the Bidenettes. You don't really have an option here. But you could do, I think, Biden, am I told he endorsed Kamala Harris? Is that? Put it in the comments because I really don't know. But I guess what he endorsed her. Oh, okay. Okay. And there's a bunch of commotion about whether other people endorsed her or whether they support her or other. Okay. All right. Have you listened to her? Okay. What is she talking about? Well, the reason I'm asking is because they just killed his sister. And then before that, it was somebody else. And I think it's before somebody else before that. In fact, quite a few people before that. Now, she made a comment. I think Biden made a comment to the family, something to the extent this has been going on. And then she said something. So they're aware of it. And then I think that was it. Right? I'm sorry. Okay. Now, I think I just saw something Obama. You remember him? First black president, that dude. Now, I'm trying to understand something. I think everybody's saying that if she gets the Kamalamites are saying that if she gets elected, some people saying it's going to be good for black people, some people saying it's going to be bad for black people. Which one is it? Can you tell me? Because I think part where I'm getting a little confused is I think I remember them saying that about Obama, right? Do you remember that? Obama, everything, the world's going to change. Change we can believe in. Yes, we can. I remember all of that. I think, now I could be wrong, but what I think is that during the time he was president, that's when they killed Trayvon Martin, the young boy. And I think Obama said, yeah, he looked like me, or he looked like my son, or he could have been my son, or something like that. Okay, and then that guy the guy who killed him, he was let go. He wasn't prosecuted. He's found innocent, whatever. After that, more people got killed, right? More people who didn't have weapons. I'm a little confused. I don't really understand. Oh, no, wait a minute. No. Yeah, those people did get killed. There were people who got killed in America, but didn't he bombed Libya, right? Like, well, during that time, the US, they bombed Libya. Now, before him, I think it was Bush, right? Didn't they bomb somebody? Okay. I think so. I think so. But then before Bush, who was it, Clinton? Yeah, Clinton. Didn't they bomb somebody? Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's right. They did bomb somebody. And then Bush won. Didn't he bomb somebody? Oh, okay. Well, the only reason I'm bringing that up, I was just trying to. The people who vote for Kamala, she's going to do something different. She's obviously, if she wins, she's not going to bomb anybody, and she's going to help black people, right? No, wait a minute, wait a minute. I'm sorry, I'm confused. I forgot something. No, she can't really help black people because she's the president for all people. Now, even though black people are part of all people, she can't help black people because that would be not helping all people. Now, Obama had that same conflict, that same contradiction. He couldn't help black people because he was the president for all people. And even if all people include black people, you can't help black people because they're not all people. They got to be a part of all people so he can help all people, and then they get help because he helped all people but not black people. I think that's how it goes. Am I understanding that correctly? Look, I need you guys to help me with this because I'm really trying to understand it. And why it's important is because I think the decision is, what do they say? The lesser of two evils? That's really what we get, right? In America, that's kind of the good philosophy. You choose between the lesser of two evils. Am I understanding that correctly? I really need you to help me. I'm hoping that you put it in the comments because I know our vote, we have the power. That's why I get a little confused because people I know, every time I ask them, did they vote to send weapons to Ukraine? They tell me they don't even know where Ukraine is located. They don't even know. This is what they tell me. And then they tell me, well, I didn't vote for that. Nobody asked me. But unconditional support, I think, is what. Well, I guess I'm just totally confused. Let me put it this way. I think because President Biden, I guess he can do that. Does he have to ask Congress? Because those are the representatives. I think representative government is what we're told that we have. I'm trying to understand it because I have to go back to college for political science. But I think it's your congressmen represent you. Well, I think that means that they're voting the way that you want them to vote because you're the people and they represent you. Am I understanding that correctly? Okay, all right. Well, it doesn't matter because if Kamala wins, I think the general consensus is that she will win and things will be different it can't be just us as black people, but different for everybody, right? But wait a minute. I keep getting confused because I think Trump said, I was listening to his speech and he said he's the president for everybody. So he's going to help everybody, but he can't help, I think the rule is he can't help black people by themselves because then he wouldn't be helping everybody. He would be helping black people, and that he can't do. He can't isolate one group of people to help them, right? Okay. All right. I think I got a good understanding of it. I really do. I think at least I'm trying to figure it out. Can you help me understand what is happening? Somebody said it's theater, like it's It's like a show. Like even if Kamala wins, that she's just going to do what everybody else did. But if Trump wins, he's going to be worse. Because people are saying Kamala is going to be bad, but if Trump wins, he's going to be worse. Maybe he's going to be better. He might be. I'm not saying he's not. I'm not saying Kamala isn't. Oh, wait a minute. We're forgetting about the third party people. What about them? It's always so confusing to me. I don't really understand. But one thing I do think that I understand, like ever since I've been living in the country, most of the stuff that's happening right now is still happening. And I think every time I hear different ones say they're going to change this or they're going to change that, then when they get there, they said they tried to change what they were going to change, but they couldn't change it because the other people wouldn't have let them change it. But the other people said they were trying to change it too, but they couldn't change it. The other people being like, well, if it's a Republican group, they're saying the Democrats won't let them change. If it's a Democratic group, they're saying the Republicans won't let them change. So everybody's trying to change, but nothing is changing because the other people won't let them change. So I think the point is that Trump is saying that we need to change to him so that we can get some change. Look, either way, you let me know who you're voting for because I'm a little confused. All right? And then I'll look at the comments. I'll read them and you let me know. So remember, vote. This is the most important vote. And remember, it's 50 million black people. So if the immigrants, if it's 20 million of them, maybe, because I think they're breaking into the country, right? So if they're breaking into the country, can they vote? Are they registered? Can they register? Don't you have to register? Or maybe you don't have to register. I'm not really sure, but 20 million of them, if they're, I don't know, maybe 100 million of everybody else's, because it's a majority, right? I'm a little confused. It's also confusing. I need you guys to help me to understand what's going on. So I'm going to try to research, see what I can find out. So let me know how you vote. Let me know how you think, who you think is the best candidate. Okay? All right. Okay. All right. Uhuru. Uhuru. Uhuru.